Okay, we had a solid week of practice last week. We really focused on ourselves and trying to improve in some areas that we needed to. Transition late in the week and on our opponent, and tonight we felt like we had a solid practice also.
Was this more than a normal Sunday practice today?
No, we're trying to stay in a routine. We had extra work last week. We tried to make it as normal as Sunday as possible.
Will you still be off tomorrow?
No, we won't. We'll practice.
What's this week been like for you personally? I mean, all the radio, the television spots. What's it been like for you?
I don't think I feel any different than I did. It's just, you had an off week, you had extra time to do some other things like that.
As you said, you've been routine all along with practicing tomorrow on Monday and then with the holiday on Thursdays. How does this kind of fit that?
Well, you have extra time, obviously, with the holiday week and all that and everything that goes with it. But at the same time, you try your best to stay in a routine.
Now that you have a chance to just look at Alabama, what kind of team do you see where your strengths?
Well, they're extremely talented, and they're good at what they do, and they don't make a whole lot of mistakes.
Kind of check it up. Number one defense in the SEC, number one run defense, and then number one run offense. Really, strength on strength. That's what's going to be the difference.
Well, it'll probably come down to who does it the best. They're going to do what they do. We're going to do what we do, and we'll see what happens.
You think the off week is good for your team?
No, there's no doubt, especially the emotional game that we had versus Georgia and how everything turned out. It was a physical game. It was an emotional game. Gave our guys a chance to regroup. Also, too, we need to clean up some things. It can't be forgotten that we had a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter and it went down to the very end. So there's a lot of work that we had to do, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Any extra time or conversations with the players about blocking out distractions this week as opposed to other weeks?
Well, we ask our guys to do exactly what they've been doing and just take it one practice at a time, one game at a time. They've done that. But to answer your question, yes. We've been very upfront, very honest with them, and that'll be a big key this week.
One edge Alabama's got over most people is they played in a lot of these top 5, top 10 games in the last few years. What is the challenge in that for your team who hasn't done it as well?
Well, there's been a lot of firsts this year. Each game's been a different challenge for our team, and this is another challenge. And so far our team has risen to the occasion, and we'll need to do it again.
Is Alabama by far the best defense you guys have played this year, you think?
I would say, the most talented, probably the best defense.
Have you been surprised at all with where you guys are, in terms of just natural picture?
Yeah, I think I said last week, I've really not let my mind go there. We've been so focused on trying to improve and just worried about the next week and just worried about the next opponent. And like I told the guys a few weeks back, we'll worry about all that, patting ourselves on the back stuff after the season, be able to look back and appreciate some things. But, when you're in the middle of it, you got to stay grounded, you got to stay focused, and you got to take care of the job. The next job's ahead of you.
Gus, for you, even as a guy who's been around to come on a game like this, 2 top 4 teams, all the things to say, how hard is it for you to keep yourself just doing things the same way as you always do?
Yeah, really, it's not that tough for me. And I don't think it'll be that tough for our team. That anytime you're in a routine of doing, what you've done and somewhat successful at it, it's pretty easy to stay in that routine.
Do you work longer hours before games like this, or are you just so confident what you guys have done that you're not in the office later?
Well, the later it goes, and later in the season, obviously, you do everything in your power to help your team be successful, and I'd say our coaches are very driven, and we do understand that we're going to have to do our best job, and our players are going to have to do their best job too.
So there are no cots in the office or anything like that where people sleep in this week?
No, there's no cots.
Gus, do you use any of the stakes, the heightened stakes this week as motivation
I'm pretty motivated. And we could be playing a junior high team, and I'm going to be very motivated.
I'm after the kids, motivate the kids.
You know, we're going to keep doing exactly what we've done. I mean, we're not going to change anything as far as that goes.
Gus, given this is your fourth time facing, Alabama's defense, for 3 years you were here as offensive coordinator. Are you able to look back on those films and see anything, or it's like those are so far in the past they don't really have?
Well, I think anytime you have experiences, against certain people or coaches, I mean, you got to use that, and I'm sure they will too, and that's part of the game.
Take a few more.
What's it been like just in game facing off against Kirby Smart, Nick Saban's defense, and how they changed things up? What's that been like for you this year?
Well, they're definitely solid coaches, and they got very good players, and most of the time you have to earn it.
Coach, did you have to beam them down this week because it's a 2-week build up to it? Did you have to bring them down this week just to keep them level?
Really, they haven't changed. In our team meetings and our practice, they seem like the same team it was, 4 or 5 weeks ago as far as their approach, and I think that's a positive.
Some teams with rivalry games keep, like signage or something, just kind of remind them throughout the year of the other team. Do you guys have anything with Alabama's name on or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure we do downstairs.
All right, Coach.
All right.